I know my blend game is way better than yours, dog. I know it.
You
I
can't
know
even
it
finish your points. You just
because it gave me anxiety. It's stressing me out. You're from
Oh my
Brooklyn, dog.
God.
You should never be from Brooklyn doing that, dog.
You got to say it through your teeth too, because that shit.
You can't have that happen to you on TV.
Yo, yo.
I don't care. I don't. That's why you got to move your head. If you a boxer and you got that situation on your head, you gotta be the most. You gotta be full Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker. You have to be Shakur Stevenson. You have to be because if somebody hits you so hard and he hit him here, he didn't like graze the head. He hit him here, and that thing flapped up. You got hit here, here. Pop. Welcome. This is a Between Brothers podcast where we bring you real talk, authentic takes, and laughs on sports, pop culture, and life. I'm your host, the Duke of the Bananas, Lando, in the building along with my brother, looking like Spike Lee with the frames on. Zero in the building. Brooklyn, what's up? New York, stand up. I mean, bro, Wig stood up in New York, but you know what I'm saying? We'll get to that in a minute. How's it going, Zero?
It's going all right. Yeah, everything has been going really well. Um, yeah, for the most part, bro. Really, yeah, besides this thin ass butter layer of snow that we got. Yeah, I went to the
To be honest,
grocery.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, I went to the grocery store and it seemed like everybody had the same idea. I went to go get some stuff for tacos. And when I tell you that all the sour cream was gone, like I'm just like, of all the things that you get, like they were fully stocked on milk, they're fully stocked on eggs, fully stocked on bread. They was fully stocked on everything, but they said I need shredded cheese and I need sour cream for us getting buckled down. It's like y'all so it's so
Batten down the hatches with a dollop of Daisy.
it's like I'm just sitting here just looking around. I was like, this can't be real. Like all the other essentials are here, but you mean to tell me that that's gone? But other than that, everything's all good.
That's good, man. That's good. So the podcast dropped a day late because I realized that if I feel any kind of sickness or cold coming up, to just not do anything. So I had a little tickle in my esophageal area, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's nothing. I'm gonna stay away because Cocoa Puff was sick, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep my distance from people, whatever. This is on Wednesday. We dropped the podcast on Wednesday. So this is my normal routine, people. Get up, um, get up, go to the gym, get to the gym around 5:15, 5:30, get a workout in about an hour or so. Um, get back home, take Cocoa Puff to school. When on the way back to taking Cocoa Puff from school, I go back to the gym to do to play a little basketball, and then I'll go home, take a shower, relax, maybe an hour or two, unless I got like a haircut appointment or something like that, and then I'll go back to get Cocoa Puff. So on this particular day, I didn't really sleep the night before. Wasn't anything too crazy. There's just random nights like I'll get up at like 3 in the morning and 2, 3 in the morning I can't go to sleep. So same routine, hit the gym, take Coco to work or to school. On the way back to going to play some basketball, I start getting a little drowsy. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna run off of like 3.5 hours of sleep. Playing basketball ain't that deep. I'm gonna go ahead and go home. Go home, fall asleep, wake up, congested. I'm like, okay. Duchess comes home early around 1 o'clock. Coco Puff wanted to go to the library. I was like, man, I'm really not feeling it. We'll go to the library another day. Get home. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna relax. We're just gonna sit down. We're gonna watch a movie, whatever. Doze off again. Wake back up. Full blown 103 temperature. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to go to the job tomorrow. Next day, woke up, no fever, no nothing. Felt better, well, at least well enough to go to the job. So went to the job, but to be honest, I wasn't having it. Any customer that was coming at me funny, I hung up on them. I'm like, we're not doing this today. Like, I don't care about what your problem is. It has nothing to do with me. So as soon as somebody be like, and start raising their voice, have a nice day. Need you to talk to my boy Tom. And hit the button on him. Hit the button on him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. And so it was just really like Wednesday. Wednesday was like the worst of it. But so because I was sleeping most of the day, didn't drop the pod. So then I ended up, like I said, I felt better Thursday, so I dropped it on Thursday morning. But today, I was at the crib all day because the so-called snow, and they closed church, so we stayed home. I decided I was going to watch some movies with Coco Puff because I definitely didn't watch no movie with her the day I was supposed to. So I was like, okay, I watch some movies with her. So we watched Hercules. She watched Hercules, for the animated Disney joint for the first time. Surprisingly, she liked it a lot. For some reason, she wanted Hercules to be a girl when he was a baby. He was like, "Oh, I think it's a girl, so it's a girl." I'm like, "It's a boy," and she's like, "No, it's a girl." And then when he became a boy, she's like, "Oh, I guess it's not a girl anymore." It was never a girl. But I'm glad that my Coco Puff is embracing the trans community. I do appreciate that. She's forward thinking. She's forward thinking, people. So, um, so we watched that. Then we watched Black Panther. She chose to watch Black Panther. Don't know why. Never watched either one of these movies. She chose to watch these movies. Then I
Black
realized.
Panther.
Then I realized the Black Panther shutting down the whole series because of Chadwick Boseman. I think did a disservice to Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman. But that's a topic for another day. But I found out that Coco Puff enjoys violence, like her father, like her uncle. Why do I say that? And she's actually similar to us in a couple of ways, because there was two scenes in which she was dying laughing at this movie. The first part was when T'Challa was getting beat up by Killmonger. When he got slashed in the leg and he took that and she started chuckling. Then she was dying laughing when he took the blade to the sternum or to the gut. She was dying laughing. And then she said she wanted Killmonger to win. But before y'all think it's because she had some obsession with Michael B. Jordan, first of all, she's 5. And second of all, it was because her second favorite color is gold.
Uh,
So because he had the gold Black Panther joint, that's why she was rooting for him. And then
I was never dead.
and then he said, he was then when he was dying, she was like, yeah. She was like, no, he's not gonna die. He's gonna come back to life. She was like, if he dies, I'm gonna cry because I'm never gonna see the gold suit ever again. And I was like, yeah, no, you're not gonna see any of those suits ever again, unfortunately. But yeah, and then the other part was when they released the rhinos and the rhinos started Kirkpatrick and people. She found that absolutely hysterical with the bodies flying in the air. I'm like, you know what? That's my Cocoa Puff. That's my Cocoa Puff. So that was my week, man. But we got some pressing topics this week. I'm gonna try. The pods ran a little longer than I would like, so I'm gonna try to keep myself short on these because I know I'm the one who rambles. Excuse me, of the two of us. But before I get into the real topics, we do have to get one thing out of the way because by the time this podcast drops, it will be um it will be the Wednesday and the Super Bowl will be right after that. Quickly, zero your prediction. Who wins the Super Bowl? Seattle, New England.
Seattle. Is that Seattle because of the defense?
New England got a great defense too.
I don't care. Seattle because of the defense.
I mean, I'm going Seattle because I think they're a more complete team. That's really what it is. It's defensively they're probably about the same as far as like elite. Offensively, I think that that New England's lacking in more areas. The issue is Sam Darnold the quarterback we've been seeing for the last 2 years, or is Drake May the quarterback we've been seeing for the last season? So because we've seen very bad Sam Darnold, and even there was like a 6 game stretch I think during this season where he wasn't very good. They were still winning, but he wasn't very good. So which one of those guys is going to show up is really who's going to determine who wins the game. But I think because Seattle's a more complete team, I'm also going with Seattle. Shoot, I think it's the first time we've been on the same side since we've been doing this podcast on the Super Bowl. Um, Maybe not the first time. I know we weren't on the same time last year and the year before, but I don't know about the year before. Actually, the year before that, we didn't do it. Was it the year before that? I don't know, but there was a year in which we didn't do a Super Bowl prediction because our first episode was the Sunday or the Sunday after the Super Bowl.
But the Monday after the Super Bowl was it was literally the following day.
No, we didn't release it till the Sunday. Because you remember we couldn't record. We did do the thing, but you remember we couldn't record because I didn't know you had to have the paid subscription. So we did that episode like 4 different times.
Oh man.
But anyways, so yeah. So we're gonna stay on the topic of football. Everybody's been talking about it, everybody's been outraged about it. We're probably a little late to the party. But we gotta talk about the Hall of Fame and Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick got 39 out of 50 votes. He needed 40 votes. No one knows who the one was. Nobody knows who the 11 are. The 11, the 11's identities is similar to the ICE agents who shot Alex Preddy's identities. They just, they will never be known. And they're going to do an internal investigation in which nothing's going to come from it.
Yeah, the fact you need an internal investigation for Hall of Fame votes is
you,
crazy.
you remember when LeBron missed the vote by one unanimous MVP by one vote,
Yeah.
and they scoured the earth looking for that New York writer. And I'm glad it was a New York writer. Because if you got a guy like Carmelo who was having an MVP year and you don't have that, you haven't had that ever, because like let's not talk about Patrick Ewing. He was never a candidate for MVP if Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon were in the same vicinity. So, like a legitimate candidate for MVP, I should say. So, yeah, no, we're not about to do that. So, like, you do that. That's who you vote for. You vote for your guy. I'm with the bias when it comes to stuff like that. But I'm not with the bias when it comes to Bill Belichick. I'm just gonna go down list a couple things that he had going for him, a couple things he might have had going against him. He has the most Super Bowls of any head coach, most playoff wins of any head coach, most Super Bowl appearances of any head coach, most championship game wins and appearances more than any head coach, second all time in wins. Um, and he has 8 Super Bowl rings if you include his 2 as a defensive coordinator. So those are the good. The bad is Spygate and Deflategate. I personally don't blame Bill for Deflategate. Definitely blame him for Spygate. And I hate how the NFL handled Spygate because I feel like, and I'm saying this as 100% a Jets fan, because they were caught with the Jets, the pick should have went to the Jets versus taking a spot away from a guy getting into the NFL. The NFL handled that very wrong. But Deflategate was a media thing, in my opinion. The media made it so much bigger than players, what players and what players and coaches and a lot of the other people, when they would ask them about it, made it. I didn't even know that they checked the 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 PSIs in the football. And then when you consider the fact that Tom Brady barely threw the football in that game, made it even more of a non-issue. And so I don't know why would Bill get um, get punished for that.
Mhm.
It looks like that those were 2 big things in why he didn't get the 10th or the 40th vote. And the last thing I'll say is apparently it's very hard to be a first ballot Hall of Famer as a head coach. But if anybody should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, it should be Bill Belichick. Zero. What are your thoughts about the legendary Double B?
I don't give a damn how rare it is. His resume itself says first ballot Hall of Famer. Like his resume itself. Because it doesn't make any sort of sense to me. Or how you can justify him not getting in. Even it's like, okay, like you said, we got Spygate, we got Deflategate, and another crucial thing that might actually be an issue. Because I don't know if any media members vote for the Hall of Fame or have a Hall of Fame vote. But Bill Belichick was never really endearing to the media. Now, when he when he was out of football for a year and you finally got to see his personality, it was like, oh, I would have, we would never see this side of Bill Belichick before, but it's like the man was all business. So and what's it called? I saw this video and I completely agree. This guy, the guy that does the where he acts out all the parts, like he'll be the certain representatives for teams. When he was saying that Bill Belichick didn't get in, and he was acting as Bill Belichick, and he said, "This doesn't put a stain on my reputation; it puts a stain on yours, because my basically my resume speaks for itself, and because y'all feelings are hurt, y'all decided not to vote me in. It's like now it really questions the credibility of the voters. It's like
It proves what T.O. was saying all those years ago.
yeah,
And you,
because
go ahead. I'm
because
sorry.
it's like me it's like I say it again, because T.O. didn't really have a good relationship with the media. Bill Belichick didn't really have a good relationship with the media. I know it surprised a hell of a lot of people when Bill Belichick showed personality when he was on Inside the NFL. It was like, who would have thought? It's like, what if he was like this when he did press conferences? He was all about business on the Cincinnati. Like that was just him. But it was like your it's like you have three stains on him, and one of them isn't even his fault, and the other is just media members being butthurt. It's like I don't. It's like my resume has nothing to do with me interviewing with you after the game. If I'm upset about a loss, I'm upset about a loss. If I think we should have did better during a win, well, we should have did better during a win. But the thing about it is, it's what I do on the field that should count, not what. And it's like a lot of these folks be getting butt hurt for God knows what reason.
Well, the thing that it really comes down to is, should a guy who possibly, and actually in Bill Belichick's with Spygate, wasn't necessarily possibly, but like, is a guy who cheated the game deserving of the Hall of Fame? And you look at baseball, where how they've kept Barry Bonds out the Hall of Fame, um, even though he didn't cheat, to be honest, but he didn't cheat the game, but Pete Rose got kept out. So it's just like, that can be problematic. One thing I don't like when it comes to people talking about this, especially like non-sports people. Like I've heard a couple podcasts bring it up that aren't sports podcasts, but clearly they are interested in sports. Is like, well, if Bill is in it first ballot, then Tom Brady shouldn't be. And it's just like, and then I've heard this for some reason, this idiotic phraseology saying that, there's been certain guys who've played themselves out of the Hall of Fame. I am still waiting for the person who had a Hall of Fame career prime, like a great 10 years in the league, 10, 12 years in the league, played bad for, let's say, 4 years, and didn't make the Hall of Fame because of the 4 years that he didn't play well. I'm still waiting for that. I'm still waiting for that. My clock is ready. So, um, so I don't like that talking point, because players, when you see them do it you can't really see what coaches do. Excuse me. Like we've seen, for some reason, Andy Reid has been getting all the credit for the Chiefs offense. Andy Reid said, He was not calling the plays when Eric Bieniemy was there. We have seen how bad the Chiefs offense has been when it comes to creativity and all these other things since they lost Eric Bieniemy. And don't forget, Eric Bieniemy was the coach or was the play caller for the Washington Commanders, in which until Sam Howell, the pumpkin of Sam Howell, or the carriage of Sam Howell turned back into a pumpkin. They had the number one offense in football, passing offense, I think it was. He was leading the league in yards. Sam Howell, understand that. And now they've rehired Eric Bieniemy. For as horrible of a play call he was, or that he wasn't doing no play calling. So, but everybody always gave all the credit to Andy Reid. It is his offense. He's the one who implemented the offense, but he's not the one calling the plays. And just because it's his offense, it could just be the concepts. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's the one making the play designs and things of that nature. He was an offensive lineman. One thing that Andy Reid has always had is good offensive lines. So it's like we don't know what the coaches do on a day-to-day basis. So I can understand where you can probably discredit certain coaches when it comes to their Hall of Fame standing or resume or things of that nature. You can't do that with a player. You can't say, man, that guy wasn't that good because we plug into VHS, we plug into DVD, we pull up YouTube. And then you'll see this person play with absolute amazement. So it's like, yeah, no, like that. So don't do that with the players. The players are held to a different, clearly the players are held to a different standard because it's not uncommon for a guy who has a Hall of Fame resume to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to players. So they mentioned Bill Polian because, of that rivalry. He didn't vote him in. Bill Polian, one of the great front office people of all time. I think he built up 2 different franchises to championship level. I know the Colts, was it the Chiefs as well? I don't know if it was the Chiefs, but
No, I think the Chiefs was Scott Pioli.
Scott Pioli. So I think Bill Polian was just for the Colts. But yeah, so it's just like, like even if he did have a vendetta, there's 10 other people that sided with him. And he denies it. He denies it. But I'm like, even if that was the truth, let's say he's lying. Oh, he's just lying. He was trying to cover his behind. I don't know why y'all think that old man in late 70s, early 80s or y'all think that he care about what y'all feel about him. He about to die in 15 minutes. He don't care. So but let's say he's lying. That don't excuse the other 10. That don't excuse the other 10. But
and they're only centering things on him just because of the rivalry those two franchises had.
yeah.
Like it's the only reason why, because you don't have anything else.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't even understand. Like the question should be, why wasn't he unanimous? Not why he was 1 vote short of making it. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what the debate should be. Not like, so trying to like make this about 1 vote. It should have been about 1 vote, but he should be in. regardless of the one vote. I think that's the big thing that everybody's missing. Um, Not to make this political, but we talked about, or we just said earlier, moments ago, that T.O. was telling y'all and how they did T.O. And we was telling y'all as far as like fans and things of that nature. They keep, they holding this personal vendetta against them. And then players were calling them out. Former players, current Hall of Fame or current at the time Hall of Famers and things of that nature, calling T.O. out, then mad at him when he didn't go to the ceremony. Oh, you raised all that noise just to not go to the ceremony. You should have complied. You should have been this. You should have been that. And when it happens to somebody who you don't think deserve it, there's clear outrage. Mm. Sounds familiar, don't it? When you have the complexion for the protection. Because bruh's been telling y'all about this ice stuff my whole life. I'm 37, my whole life. And then when two, and again, those people are tragic, but when two white people get popped, one male, one female, all of a sudden there's public outcry and outrage. And we all should be outraged. But we've been telling y'all they're gonna come for y'all one day. Because there is a such thing as nigger lovers. And they're gonna take y'all out too. Like they did back in the day. I just find that ironic. Now that it's happened with the Hall of Fame, y'all are calling T.O. a crybaby. And some people are saying they should let him wait all the way to the last year because he's complaining about it. Y'all gonna have that same now, Bill Belichick ain't complaining. Y'all gonna have that same energy. Bill should wait. Because again, Bill Belichick technically with Spygate cheated the game. T.O. never cheated the game. So if T.O. should sit, should the cheater sit? That's all I'm saying.
And at the end of the day, do you think doing this humbles him? Because his resume doesn't change regardless of how long he waits.
But I don't think there's a permanent, like, I think there is like, because like not Pete Rose, Barry Bonds, I think they're going to do Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens like they did Pete Rose, or like they plan on doing Pete Rose. Like, okay, now that he's dead, we can put him in.
What's it called? Because with the NFL, I know they have like the when you lose, when you're on the list for as long as you are, you lose that eligibility, then they have the senior committee vote you in. Because there have been players that lost their eligibility waiting to get in and then got voted in because the senior committee could vote a player or a coach in if their eligibility is gone. So I don't think they have that for baseball.
Exact. So that's what I'm saying. So like, they might be like, you know what, you may never put him in if it's up to the same 50 people for the
Yeah.
next however many years. But then, like you said, it hurts the credibility of the Hall of Fame voters. It don't hurt the credibility, but that's why we need to identify the ice. That's why we need to identify the people freezing out Bill Belichick.
You know, so when it comes to Hall of Fame voters, we need to find out the one guy who didn't vote LeBron unanimous. We need to
No,
find out.
we did. It was a
Oh,
New
they
York
did?
writer. That's what I was telling you. Like I'm with it
No,
because
I thought no. Did they actually say what his name, or they just
yeah.
identify? Okay,
I
I
don't
didn't
remember
know.
his name, but yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like it was a New York writer. I forget his name. It was a black dude. He was even on ESPN. And he was like, no, like they went from an 8 seed to a 2 seed. Like he gave his case, and people were saying, oh, he was just being a hater. Yeah, but like, no,
What's it called? We got to get the 11 guys who didn't vote
to stand
Belichick
trial in front of Congress. I need
and,
them dudes pointing fingers at congressmen like Rafael Palmero.
Palmero. Yeah, and I never used steroids. Period. 3 weeks later, you on the list, nigga. No, what's it called? And we need
Yo,
to find out.
that list is more secret than the Epstein files.
Yeah, and we need to find out the one guy who didn't vote Ken Griffey Jr. unanimous.
Oh yeah, all of them need to stand trial.
Because you were the same guy that thought Ken Griffey shouldn't have been a unanimous MVP, but then voted Mariano Rivera the first unanimous. Like, get the fuck out of here. He got to be a New York rider. Because I remember when Ken Griffey said if uh if the Yankees offered him a huge contract and they were the only team that offered him a huge contract if he ever became a free agent, he'd retire.
That
That's how
hurt.
much he hated the Yankees.
That hurt me, man. As a Yankees fan, and Ken Griffey again. I think Barry Bonds was a better player, but Ken Griffey was my favorite player. That damn, that hurt. I ain't going front. That hurt.
When he said that to a fan on camera,
That
yeah,
was stung.
that one guy is more likely a New York rider. So I remember when you said that.
And you know what? If he is, I'm with it. I'm with it. New York over everything, y'all. So yeah, so let's move on. Um, Speaking of New York had a big boxing event.
Mm-hmm.
Shakur Stevenson from New Jersey. Uh, he faced off against Teofimo Lopez. Calls himself El Brooklyn. I think he was born in Brooklyn, moved out of Brooklyn. He was like 3 years old, lived in Florida ever since. He never fought out of New York or anything. I don't know why he even he's from Florida. But anyways,
Now, according to this dude on the subway, if you were born in New York, you're a New Yorker for life.
I'm not mad
I
at
hate.
that. I'm not mad at that. But culturally, you're not a New Yorker. You could be a New Yorker. Like, for example, born, somebody could be actually like both his parents born in China, came to here, raised in the US. He's really an American. Culturally, he's more likely he's an American.
Mm.
But because the Chinese ain't gonna accept him. Like if he go back home to China, they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Fuck are you?
you one of them." Like I remember, I saw this movie. It was called Illegal Tender, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about like Puerto Rican drug culture or something like that, or like this dude's trying to be a drug lord or something like that. The dude from Cruz from Coach Carter, he was
Oh,
in the movie.
the Timo Cruz
So
guy.
so yeah, so he was speaking Spanish to this dude, and he was like, "Oh, you're a new." He would call him a New Yorican because he was like the New York Puerto Ricans don't know how to speak real Spanish,
Mm.
and so it's like that. You Puerto Rican, but you're not one of us. So it's like, yeah, you might be Chinese, but you're not one of us. Like Teofimo Lopez is not a New Yorker in my eyes. You were born in New York, but you're not a New Yorker. Now, with
Mm.
that being said, he's also a racist piece of garbage.
It's funny. This is a fight with two boxes you don't like.
All right. But you know who I'm always going to side against.
Oh yeah. I don't
Y'all
like
could
them. But that motherfucker right there, I'll never pick him.
I will never pick him. I will never pick him. Now, if he want to beat up on somebody that look like him, but I don't pick boxers because I like them or don't like them when it comes to a fight prediction. Styles make fights. I said on multiple occasions this is going to be Shakur Stevenson's easiest win of his career. Arguably, it might not have been his easiest. And I'm talking about like the championship level. That's what I'm talking about. Arguably, Oscar Valdez might have been the easier win.
Mm-hmm.
Which I also love that he got beat down because he's a PED user. So PED users and racists, I'm always going against you. I'm always rooting against you. Now, do I think you're always going to lose? No. Canelo is one of those people. Didn't really think he was going to lose. But then when he was going to go up against somebody who stylistically could beat him, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm putting all my money on that guy. Bivol and Crawford won me plenty bucks. So, but when he was going up against other guys, the Kovalevs of the world, things of that nature, I'm like, oh, he's going to win that. So, that being said, Teofimo Lopez, I saw, shout to Three Kings Boxing. It's this boxing page I follow, ran by a bunch of black dudes. One of my good friends is on the a part of their organization. They said we've seen generational whoopings, but we've never seen reparational whoopings. Dudes started asking Donald Trump, I'm exaggerating, but dudes got on his knees, started begging Donald Trump to pay black people reparations for how bad he got whooped. And Shakur, I'm not a fan of Shakur. I think that Shakur, though he's only willing to point out racism in boxing when it affects him. And I don't like bros like that. I don't like bros like that. Like I don't like that you on the fence. You on the fence until it's convenient for you. I had a friend of mine who, you know him just as well as I do, was claiming that he was half white. He's an eighth white, claiming he was half white, being on the fence until he felt like he was discriminated against. Then all of a sudden I'm black and I'm black and I'm black and I'm black.
I'm black and I'm black and I'm black and I'm black. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
Yeah. But you was half white 12 minutes ago. When you trying to holler at that white girl, you was half. This ain't computing.
Then you got discriminated against. You were eighth of weed, nigga.
Yeah, now you like
you were eighth.
Yeah, now you're an eighth. Like, oh, okay, interesting.
Oh snap!
Yeah, so it's just like he used to call himself light skinned. He wasn't. Zero's never called himself light skinned. Dude, darker than Zero. He used to call himself light skinned. Oh, isn't that?
Oh, jeez.
That's the world's most interesting man. And I don't say that because he's actually interesting. He just says a lot of things that makes you ponder. Back then, he ain't really like that anymore. But there was a time. And but at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson stood there with him because everybody said, "Oh, he's gonna run," and he, did he back up at times? Of course, everybody does that in boxing. There's nobody who just comes forward all day. Even Rocky and them got backed up. And also, speaking of Rocky, there's no possible way Rocky beats Apollo Creed. That makes me mad to this day. Like back when I watched those, I never liked Rocky movies,
Because the boxing just ain't realistic. It's all headshots.
bruh, bruh. When I tell you, I hated Rocky. Now again, when I didn't know anything about boxing, I still didn't like Rocky movies because I'm like, why are they just getting? Why you have no defense? So you just gonna let this guy wail on you? And so Apollo Creed, the guy fighting like like Muhammad Ali on his toes, dancing around. There's no way a guy like Rocky is beating him in any sense of the word.
He just kept on coming after you.
Yeah, yeah, he gonna keep coming too. He gonna get stopped. And also, there's nobody who has that much careless, reckless abandonment. Where I'm getting punched in my face repeatedly. I can't hit the guy, and you
Yo,
don't hesitate at
yo,
all.
for 15 rounds, you
The
got punched in
fitting,
your face. And
fitting.
how do you keep coming forward when you can't see?
He couldn't see. He couldn't see. I'm like, bro, could have pot shot him and check hooked him all day. There's no way. There's no way Muhammad Ali is losing to a guy like that.
Yo, he should have went. He said he just kept on coming after you. Let's get some new meat. Pause.
Yo, I'm
Oh
sorry,
man.
I got sidetracked.
It's like I won, but I didn't beat him.
Yeah, it's like I won, but I didn't beat him. No, and that's the thing.
You
That
did
would
beat him. You
you
beat the shit out of him. You just didn't knock him out.
he even dropped him. I'm like, there's no way a guy like that is coming back from a fight, coming back, and then and then here's the thing: there's no. Can I explain to something to y'all? All my life of watching boxing, I've seen that. Not let me stop fronting. I've seen that guy win a fight against a guy with that style. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, Apollo Creed was the best fighter in the world. Rocky wasn't. Rocky wasn't more talented than him in any way except getting punched in the face.
Yo, getting punched in the face of talent is crazy.
That was the only thing he was more gifted at. Was getting swung on.
Yo, that dude should have never. Yo,
was letting his face beat up hands. That's what Rocky was an expert at. He was hardworking and let his face beat up hands. And there's no way if he luckily got the fight in the first, like you get a lucky punch. That's the only way he's beating a guy like Apollo Creed. Get a good shot, and then not saying like you knock him out. You can get a good shot, i.e., Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, and you knock their equilibrium off so much they can't recover. So AJ didn't make it to the end of the fight, but it could have very well been Apollo Creed gets hit with something that he didn't see coming. Wobbly, he never gets himself back into order, and then he loses the fight.
Yo, he should have lost.
He's getting knocked the hell out.
Twice.
Twice. He's getting knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out twice in a 3-punch combination. He's gonna get hit with one, he sleep. He gonna get woke up with the other, he back up. He gonna get slipped. They gonna get slept with the finishing combo, with the finishing punch of the combo, and then it's over. Then it's over. There's no way. There's no way. I hate Sylvester Stallone for that movie.
Clubber Lang did what Apollo Creed should have did in 2 fights, was beat his ass and win in the first round.
Beat the dog crap out of him. That's Creed. And that's exactly what happens to guys like Apollo Creed. Not Apollo Creed, like Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboas don't have long boxing careers.
Come on, Creed. He's a Hey, woman, I know you want a real man. Come, come to my apartment, and I'll show you what a real man is. Come on, Creed. Mr. T is incredible.
The
I
greatest ever, man.
completely,
But
completely off track.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because Teofimo Lopez is a talented fighter, unlike Rocky Balboa.
He's not real.
He has a statue for the love of God. He has a statue for the love of God. But anyways, the Teofimo Lopez is what should happen to Rocky. At some point, you're gonna get hit so much, you're gonna hesitate. You're not gonna want to punch anymore. Like I remember, Devin Haney said this to what's that big dude that kept asking fighters if he could beat them in a street fight.
Forgot what his name was.
I forgot his name too. It's irrelevant though. Like, but Devin Haney said, like, by the time you get to me, you're not going to want to get hit no more. Because there's a sense of self-preservation every human being has. What was it? What was the Jamie Foxx joint? How to Be a Player? I forget. But he was like, he was saying, like, he said, like, you can't bite yourself till you bleed as a human being, because psychologically you have a trigger that you're not going to do yourself harm.
Yeah, I think it's How to Be a Player. Yeah, like, I know exactly what movie you're talking
about. So someone else is doing harm to you. At some point, you're going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight anymore.
Let's say my lip is bleeding. He split my shit open. I can't see out of my left eye. You still coming forward? Or are you gonna be like, nah, fuck this shit?
Now boxers have less of a sense of that, but they all have that sense at some point.
Mm-hmm. It's like you getting a combination. You ain't just gonna keep on getting hit. You gonna clinch. You gonna do.
You gonna do something. Man, I'd rather go out on my shield. Okay. All right, Leonidas, get the hell out of here. You know? So, and like I said, boxers have that sense, but it's just like, nah, bro. Like at some point he was like, and he was just like throwing punches just for the sake of throwing punches. He was not, it didn't even feel like he was really trying to land something. And the best thing about that fight was his father saying, you gotta hit him. He was pleading with him. Like, please, you gotta hit him.
But I was watching that.
When you saw the CompuBot stats and you saw this dude landed 15% of his punches, I've never seen something that disparaging in my life. You know how discouraged I would be? I would have, like, Roberto Duran hitting the no mas would have been excellent to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, because Roberto Duran was experiencing the same thing. I can't hit this guy, so I'm done with it. He's not standing still for me to hit him, which makes sense. That's why Rocky would have never been able to land a blow on Apollo Creed. But yes, I do love that a guy who loves trying to use the N word and trying to use the hard ER, he tried to use that against Terrence Crawford. And he pulled, when Bud pulled up on him, he was like, oh, it was just for promo. And you got your promo. And you let the dude who called you out protege, who supposedly can't punch, who's going to run all night, ran his fists into your face, split your shit open, and now look at you.
He gave you the what I call the Neanderthal eyebrows.
Bruh.
Eyebrows is swollen as mother.
Bruh.
Yo, you apologizing with Neanderthal eyebrows is crazy.
Bruh. When you leaking from your face, you have to say sorry. When you're leaking from your face, you have to apologize. Whatever. Like if somebody hit me so hard that I was cut and blood is running into my eyeball, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything that your people have been through. That's really what he said.
And I didn't mean to. I didn't mean anything I said. Yo, he might as well have boxed like how they I know I'm going back to Rocky. In Rocky 3, when when Rocky went into the first round and was jabbing the hell out of Clubber Lang. It's like that's all that was. Rocky jabbing Clubber Lang the entire time. Because it was like he just kept it was like he was trying to be aggressive, but he just kept running into the jab. It was like stop running into the jab. This man just kept this dude kept trying to be aggressive, kept lunging into a jab, 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 jab.
Bro, just move your head. That don't exist in Rocky.
Yo, because that same thing, both of them were big. Yo, that the second Clubber Lang fight is the funniest fight I've ever seen. Because what's it called? While Clubber Lang is getting punched, his footwork is still the same. They still bouncing. Like, he ain't like this.
Bro, it's just
face wide open.
I cannot watch a Rocky movie. And Creed did a better job of making it look a little bit more like boxing, but
Yeah.
they went. I never watched Creed 3 because I'm like, these are just black Rocky movies, not not like Apollo Creed movies. Because there's no way Rocky Marciano could teach that man how to fight like Creed. And that's how you win fights, is to fight like Creed.
Wait, did you say Rocky Marciano?
I mean Marciano, Rocky Balboa.
Like you
Neither
disrespected
one of them.
Rocky Marciano.
No, neither one of them could have taught it because Rocky Marciano was one of those guys who would just come forward plotting and just like just take a punch to take a punch to land two punches. So like Rocky Marciano was one of those guys, but he knew how to move his head at least every two punches he took. Boom, boom. Okay, let me get out of the way. Not Rocky Balboa, but he's like, please feed me more.
Throw the damn towel.
That's why he couldn't throw in the towel. He didn't understand how
his brain was so fucking scrambled.
No.
That dude forgot how to throw.
No. He couldn't understand how he couldn't continue to take punches.
He's like, he picked that bitch up.
I have 500 punches around landed on me. He's only had 20. That's 480.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how big that Russian is.
He's at least 400 away before he could first really a fight. He hasn't even
wearing that dumbass Hugo Boss sweater, about to throw that. Yo, that dude started. That was the only time that the black dude started sweating is when he yelled that.
He drives a bone into him. Pour that water on him to say that, man.
On the damn top.
And he's like, no, wait. He's at least he hasn't hit his punch quota.
He hasn't hit his pummeling threshold.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he has not hit his pummeling threshold quota. He's at least 400 punches away. Because I don't get started until somebody hits me 500 times. That's when I get amped up. Unless it's Clubber Lang, you can just hit me a few times.
Yo, those punches sounded like he should have ripped his jaw right off his fucking face. Oh man! All right. What else happened on that day? What else happened on that night?
We talked about Rocky winning the fight. See, I said I was going to try to not ramble, and I failed that miserably.
Look,
but yeah, look. The funniest thing of the night was my brothers were in Brooklyn. Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Now look, I used to like him. I used to like the trash, the talk. His microphone game was good. He punches a lot for a big guy, for a guy as big as he is. I don't know what kind of shape he used to be in. Well, he was on a lot of PEDs back then, so that's probably why. But like, Bro pulled up to the arena with a piece on his head. Then gets hit so hard in his forehead. Bro, first of all, the line around his head, around the piece, gave me anxiety.
Somebody didn't know how to blend.
Your blend game, I gotta run the fade with you. Your blend game, I'm definitely more confident in my blend game. My blend game is far more magnificent than yours because 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 those pieces, those pieces of head was that looked like it looked like a heartbeat monitor around where the toupee was laid.
Oh shit!
And then
Yo,
then he had the audacity of throwing it in the crowd. Nobody wants it.
My man went from a fade to having a ball spot with enhancements.
Ball spot with enhancements? Puzzle. And that's exactly what that was. A jigsaw puzzle. And bro, I don't know what that situation was, that terrain, the topography around I know my blend game is way better than yours, dog. I know it.
You
I
can't
know
even
it.
finish your points. You just
Because it gave me anxiety, it's stressing me out.
oh my god.
You should never be from Brooklyn doing that, dog.
You got to say it through your teeth too, because that shit, yo. Yeah. You motherfucking like do some shit
Don't
like
you
that.
ever do that. You're from fucking Brooklyn, New York, man.
You gotta sound like your jaws wired shut.
Yeah, you got yo.
The fuck you doing, son?
Yo, son.
Yo, fuck you doing, B?
You can't have that happen to you on TV.
Yo. Yo.
I don't care. That's why you gotta move your head. If you're a boxer and you got that situation on your head, you gotta be you gotta be full Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker. You have to be Shakur Stevenson. You have to be because if somebody hits you so hard and he hit him here, he didn't like graze the head. He hit him here, and that thing flapped up. You got hit here, here, pop.
He just placed it on his head and said the enhancement will hold it down.
Bro didn't glue that thing down. He stapled it down.
Nothing.
Tape it down. Nothing. Nothing. And so that's why Tank Davis is sorry. That's why Tank Davis is sorry. What does this guy do with Tank Davis, people? This is exactly what God do with Tank Davis. Tank Davis let grease get in his eye and he took a knee in his last fight. He said the hair grease, that was not a real hair malfunction. Dude got hit. That came off.
Yeah, they were just talking. It's all not the hairpiece. The hairpiece. Like,
yo, if Snoop Dogg needed to do that that announcement. Snoop Dogg needed to do that announcement because when I've never, bro.
Oh shit.
Bro turned son into a complete convertible. You from Brooklyn, dog. We don't even do convertibles in Brooklyn.
Yo, yo, he's the Jag with the soft top.
Jag with the soft top.
He's
I
like, I
don't
don't do
do
the
this in the
sunroofs.
sunroofs. Yes, you do.
he, the top of his head was chromed out, dog. I got dumb.
No, he needed dumb loot to get a better barber.
He's like, yo, Jarrell, tell him how hard niggas throw.
Yo, you already know. They took my whole top off. I've never seen somebody get punched so hard the top of their head fly off.
He got a hairpiece, watch your back. You already know.
Bro got hit so hard, you saw his thoughts. You saw his thoughts. And you saw what he was thinking. That's how hard he got hit. And you saw what was going on, right? There was nothing there because he wasn't thinking when he laid that thing on the top of his head for a fight.
Yo, if I was him at the interview after winning the fight, he's like, "How you feeling?" I'm nothing but enhancements. It's like I ain't fucking with that barber no more.
Bro,
And that's my daddy.
The barber took the picture down. He don't even want to know people, nobody, because we know it was you. We know. I wish I still had the page. I wish I still had the page so I could put it on this podcast episode right now. So nobody go to you ever again for that. You don't do a nigga from Brooklyn like that, man. You don't do that.
I'm saying from Brownsville too, nigga.
You don't do that to people. You don't do that to people.
You don't do that to people, period. Regardless if they're from Brooklyn or not.
Especially if they're from Brooklyn. And they're gonna be on TV, and that's what you do to my man?
He was at home.
Yeah, he was at the crib, right down the street.
If he
2 trains away from the crib, and you do that to him, he can't even go home now. The whole subway ride, he on the freaking what train go from? Is it the East? I'm thinking about.
Nah, he's 1 train away because he's just got to take the 3.
We on the 3 train. He on the 3. No, because I couldn't remember. I remember the last time I went to Madison Square Garden, it was from Queens, so I couldn't remember how to get there from Brooklyn. But he's on the 3 train with the orange and yellow seats.
He saw that R60. He saw that R62 riding express
with the orange and yellow seats with nothing on his head but topography.
Yo, the top of his head looked just like the front of the train.
Move.
You gonna have to move to Connecticut after that shit.
He can't go nowhere.
Yo, no tri-state area.
That has to be the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen happen in a fight. Outside of, I've told y'all this before on this podcast. After one day, the day I knew I was never going to sag my pants, I'm going to tell y'all this and then we're going to move on. I'm going to tell y'all this one more time. I seen 2 dudes square up, start throwing. This is in Brooklyn, right in front of my building. One dude had his pants up. One dude had his pants sagging. Bro caught a 2-piece. His pants dropped before he did. That's the most embarrassing thing I've seen in a fight other than that. His pants dropped around his ankles before he dropped to the floor. I don't even understand. I don't even understand how gravity even works after that. I've never argued with anybody about gravity after that. I just know his pants fell. He fell.
He hit him. His knees buckled. His pants said, "Oh."
Yeah, like what happened? Why did your pants do that? Like,
yo, how you getting punched thinned out your waist?
That dude gave the GLP-1 too. You doing the GLP-1 shot? He lost 4 inches off his waist and boom, 4 inches off his waist, 32 inches off his pants. 32 seconds of memory when he hit the ground.
Yo, you knocked some gigabytes out of that nigga.
I've never seen nothing like it. I've never seen something so embarrassing happen in my life until last night. Until last night.
He got it here and everything.
He got. How does. I don't understand science no more. I don't understand it. How you get hit that hard? The shock waves. Bro hit him with the Yusuke joint. When Yusuke
when he's short.
Hit what was the dude? Murata?
Yeah.
When he stopped short, I'm gonna stop short just before I hit your face. And he's like, oh, I should have thought about the shock wave. I never understood shock waves until I saw that. Nigga broke the hair barrier. I've never seen nobody break the hair barrier ever in my life.
What?
I've seen the sound barrier. I've seen my nigga got hit the Mach 5 like Speed Racer. What is happening?
What is this episode gonna be called?
No, I don't know. That's one thing we have to brainstorm the hell out of because we got a lot of bites in this one thing, this one situation because it stressed me out, man.
Get the GLP-1 too. Crazy. He's like he knocked calories out that motherfucker.
Bro, I never seen that. Never seen that, man. I don't even understand how that happened. I'm still. Those are the two most mind-puzzling things I've ever seen in my life. In reality, like there should be things that nobody should ever see. Like I truly believe this. Like nobody should see like somebody get murdered. Nobody should see like an authoritarian government. Nobody should see war. Nobody should see somebody get hit so hard their hair fly off their head. Or their pants hit the ground before they hit the ground.
The fact that the first three were such traumatic events, and then you go to he said traumatic.
That's traumatizing. Bro, and I haven't been in a fight in years. I'm never gonna get in a fight again because I don't know what might fly off of me. If somebody hits me that hard, might like what if somebody got hit so hard they waves turn to an afro?
What type of bobo shit you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. When somebody got hit so hard, they cornrows turn into dreads. You're defying the laws of physics. His pants hit his ankles.
And then he fell.
Before he hit the ground. It was like slow motion.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what else we're supposed to talk about. Let me look at my list.
If there's more than two, we're gonna have to.
We might have to two-part this boy. It'll be the first two-part episode of the pod.
Oh snap!
One thing I want to say about the fight weekend. Shout out to Shushu Carrington, the one guy from Brooklyn who didn't embarrass himself that night. I love Shushu. I've been following him since I think he was like 3-0. Is when I first heard about him. So like, I love him. He's from Brownsville as well. Love that dude.
Hey, they gotta take the same train.
Oh no, Shoots will get in the dollar cab. You gotta take the train. No dollar cab. No, you will take out. You will take out.
The Flatbush.
Nobody take you to Utica Ave after that. Nobody. You don't deserve to go to King's Plaza.
Oh Jesus!
Get your behind on the train. I was going to talk about Shannon Sharp's take. I don't care. It don't matter as much as the traumatizing things I seen last night. I just want to say that's probably going to be my party shot. So, anyways, to more trauma, more Epstein files dropped, more names dropped. Somehow, the person who's been most associated with the Epstein files the Epstein list, excuse me, his name continues to avoid. Like, I remember when people was like, of course Donald Trump is in the Epstein files because he's the one who pretty much revealed that Epstein was doing these kind of behaviors, and he was the main person that led to the Epstein ring being shut down. So if that was the case, why are you constantly trying to hide your name?
Yeah. Redacted.
For some reason, it's everybody he don't like. Their names keep popping up. Elon Musk name popped up. Now, the way his name popped up is actually quite hysterical. Jay-Z's name popped up. Pusha T's name popped up. Apparently, not only was he trafficking coke, he was trafficking girls. Because he's very talented in his not only his rapping career but his crime career. Very versatile. I'm saying that sarcastically. People who might not see the look on my face may just be listening to the audio. I'm saying that very sarcastically. Because apparently as a 16, 17-year-old, he was moving people as much as he was moving floating birds.
He's bird niggas and bird bitches.
Right to Jay-Z. Right to Jay-Z and Epstein standing there holding hands with thongs on. Yeah,
now, here's the thing. You want to know what makes it so funny that Jay-Z's name pops up? Jay-Z's name pops up in the same instance that Nicki Minaj gets her when she gets her citizenship, and Trump supposedly loves Nicki Minaj so much, and Nicki and Jay-Z are having issues right now.
Everybody who talked bad about him is in the list, except the main person who's been known to be in the list, but in the files. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense. The people who his apologists were saying, well, of course he's in the files. He's the one who exposed everything. As soon as he saw what was going down, he was like, nah, shut it all down. That's what they try to say. That's what they try to say. And then it's like, oh, why is his name never in here then? This is so puzzling to me. But Jay-Z's name just pops up in there. This is just very puzzling to me. It doesn't make any sense.
It says the FBI can also believe that a lot of what this woman is saying can be an absolute lie.
And they just need the names out. Honestly, this protecting pedophiles thing, if Jay-Z's a predator, I don't care. I was never a huge fan of R. Kelly, but I did like some of his music. I cut him off completely. There ain't a single R. Kelly song on my phone as I found out he was a predator.
Yeah.
People get the same treatment. And I got a lot of Jay-Z. Jay-Z's one of my 3 favorite rappers of all time.
Hey, you will be gone.
Out of here. So no, I don't like that. I don't play that. But Elon's name was in the list or was in the files because he was pretty much begging. He was constantly hitting Epstein up to pull up to the island. And Jeff just never could make the time work before he ultimately got arrested and dealt with.
Mm.
Elon knew something. Now you don't fiend to go somewhere unless you know something, unless there's something advertised about it that you believe you need to witness.
Mm.
Like if I knew somebody's hair was gonna get knocked off their head every time a boxing match happened, I would have to go to every boxing match I could.
Front row.
That's why you go to hockey. That's why you got to hockey games. You don't go there for the game. You go there to see a fight.
Exactly.
I don't know why you just can't go to a fight and see a fight. You actually go there to fight.
It's not because the tickets are cheaper.
Way cheaper. Way cheaper. But it's like Disney World. No kid wants to go to Disney World because they think it's boring. You want to go to Disney World because you think it's fun. What's so fun about Epstein Island that you want to go, Elon? I got an email today from a person, a recruiter from Tesla, saying they wanted to hire me. You must be out your mind. Do you see the complexion of my skin? Elon don't want me there anyways. Maybe he does, slave labor. But I might meet a quota. I don't know. But I'm like, you must be out of your mind. I just ignored the email. I'm like, I will never respond to such things. I would never work for a guy that runs that company. I'm not even 100% sure if he still runs the company. But just because it's still associated with him, there's no way. It's like, I'm like, why did I get this email the day that this stuff comes out about him? Is he trying to win bruh's over? Is he like, yo, all right, yo, you know what? This guy's resume's been floating in the ethos. Let's go ahead and grab him so he can know that I'm not the way that they're making me out to be, and he can vouch for me. I'm never going to vouch for you. Now, my former friend who's trying to convince me to go to Mars because you wanted to go to Mars, maybe he would. Lando ain't doing that. Lando ain't doing it. Why are you looking forward to going to this island? Why are you begging to go? Why are you saying, please, baby, please?
It's been an hour since you've been gone.
Bruh. Why are you on bended knee?
I'll never fly again.
Bruh. He's really out here like, I'll swallow my, I don't care, I don't know what I did to you, Jeff. I'll swallow my pride, say I'm sorry. I'm going to stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me.
Blame is on me.
I want to get to the island.
And I want to go with you. It won't feel the same if I fly alone. I hear there are kids and plenty of drugs. Take a line of coke, it won't hurt anymore.
I'm like, this is strange. Like I'm seeing like the documents that they put out. I'm like, oh snap! Like he was really fiending for this island. You a billionaire? Why is this so? You can do whatever you want.
Except
At
get on
least
the
I,
island.
at least I thought so. He could do whatever he want except get on this island full of little girls. How exclusive is that club that a billionaire can't get on the island? And bro's like, I just don't got time for you. I got too many billionaires hitting me up as it is. I mean, that's not what he said in the emails. He was just like, I'm out. I'm not there right now. I'll let you know. But don't show up uninvited. We will shoot you down.
If you think I'm playing, check out the surface the air missile I got behind me.
We got pools with the slides in it. Yo, bitch does.
I got doorbells of real bitches singing the notes.
That's what he had to been going for to hear the real women singing the notes. I'm just saying, Elon Musk, it couldn't have been because of the diamonds, rubies, and jacuzzis. It had to be.
Everybody knew about the diamonds and the rubies and
Everybody knows about that. So why would you go for that? Not everybody knew about the other activity that was going on. But you got word somehow.
Everyone knew about the diamonds and the rubies.
We all knew. Of course, he's like a connector, I guess, or whatever. Everybody knew about that, but you knew about something else. Where's Jay? We need a like. I don't need no more Jason Statham movies about him beating up people that are doing regular crimes. He need to go after the pedos.
So I'm a beekeeper. I keep bees.
Yeah, and sting the pedos.
So I'm a beekeeper. I keep bees.
Like everything. He's just like this, trying to have a regular life, and then somebody draws him back into murdering people. Okay, well then murder.
It's like, I'm a landscaper. And you just keep on dragging me back in.
Yeah, he's like what I'm saying, just like have a Jason Statham movie where he's just mowing the lawn and he sees some dude trying to get a little girl on some and he just look over while he mowing the lawn. And he see this
on some what Chris Hansen type shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just mowing the lawn and he hit that quarter turn and he see something in the window. It's a guy taking his clothes off in front of a little teenage girl. And then he just get active.
He'll dive through the window. So.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you doing?
No questions asked.
Bro, he's like, who the fuck are you? I'm a landscaper.
Yeah, and then just start scaping land. Start mowing through dudes. Start mowing through dudes.
Wait. What the fuck is scaping land?
What is
he said start scaping.
What is a landscaper?
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you just a beekeeper keeps bees, a landscaper escapes land. That's all. That was my logic. Like, what
you ain't never go walk into a landscaper and be like, "Hey, what'd you do?" It's nothing, just a little bit of scaping. So what the fuck is scaping, sir?
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, you see what I'm doing? I'm scaping land.
I'm just saying, man. Look,
Oh,
I just try that.
Jesus.
Am I correct? People listening to this episode, am I crazy for believing that that's what landscapers do? They scape land. Beekeepers keep bees. Landscapers must scape land.
Yeah.
Now I gotta see if scape is a word.
I was just about to say that, yo.
Now
Even
I
a
gotta see if
fucking.
scape is a word. Now I gotta find out. Because now I feel stupid. All right, let's go scape. Scape. Okay. In botany, a long leafless flower stalk coming directly from a root. In entomology, the basal segment of an insect's antenna. Well, this has nothing to do with land at all.
The only thing I see that the common it's a view or scene as escape as a suffix. There's like a view or scene, landscape, seascape, moonscape, cityscape. I never heard of no goddamn cityscape, but whatever.
I heard cityscape. I've heard cityscape.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, that's the first for me.
I
But
heard
yeah,
seascape. Never heard seascape.
yeah. The land and moon. Yeah, landscape and moonscape, but never seascape or cityscape. But it's used as
But
a
then what is it?
suffix.
Why are they called landscapers? Oh, because they doing the scenery.
More likely, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. All right, back to the files. I don't know what the.
we learned a lot today on this podcast.
The hair barrier.
Yeah, we learned that you can get to knock your hair off your head. You gotta get hit at Mach 5.
The fact that he got hit at Mach 5 and he did not get knocked out is even crazier.
Just I was that see you see what I'm saying? Science isn't real. Can't nobody. I need some. Matter of fact, I need anybody send me comment below or tell me anybody any Neil deGrasse Tyson, all them dudes. I need all of them to explain to me what happened on that scientifically. If they can't explain to me, I don't believe nothing they say.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so uh I, until Trump puts his name out there, I don't care nothing about because we know his name is in there. Like I
Mhm.
saw somebody say, this black dude on Twitter say that people only care about the Epstein files because they think it's going to bring down Trump. And that's not and me saying what I said may sound like that. Donald Trump, what made everything that mood about what he said was Donald Trump was the one saying that Biden was all over the files, that he was going to release the files, all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden he acted like they didn't exist. When Elon put out there that his name was in the files. And then a lot of people were saying, like, yeah, his name was kind of all over the files because he was one of the pivotal people that helped bro get caught.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why, if you are the hero in this example, why are you hiding yourself? Because Trump has tried to make himself a hero and the savior of America for 12 years. Not 12 years, 10 years, because he started running in 2015. So 11 years. 11 years you've been telling us like you're going to save everything. You're going to drain the swamp. You're going to save everybody. So keep your name in their mouth with what your name has to do with these files, unless they are illegal activities that you are exhibiting. Which, if you got somebody dancing around stuff, the way Trump is dancing around these Epstein files, you gotta believe that he was having sexual relations with you. I want y'all to understand, you have to believe that and only that. And the reason why is if it was because of any other reason, he would have let his name be out there.
Mm-hmm. There shouldn't be no reason why they doing this slow crawl. They would just be out.
And then you release hundreds of pages and just black out lines and lines and lines and pages and pages and pages. You're always supposed to black out the victims' names, not the not the not the not the traffickers' names, not the customers' names, even not the details of what happened to these people. But you're like, no, we don't want none of that out here. And I feel like every single word that was in those hundreds of pages that were completely redacted just said Donald Trump. Like, like, like Jim Carrey in 23.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just 23 all across the just Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Donald helped me do it. Donald helped me do it. Donald helped me do it. Like that. He just went crazy right at the end and just started typing Donald Trump. That's what I believe now. That's the story I'm gonna tell myself. I know that's not true. That's the story I'm gonna tell myself until Donald Trump puts out the files.
Yep.
The real files with his name in it. Because his name is in it. Because if his name wasn't in it, he wouldn't have been like, why are y'all even asking about this? I didn't say I was gonna eat his kids. He pulled the Mike Tyson after he lost. I never said that. You still talking about this guy? Interesting. And all this other stuff is a distraction from that. Do not let ICE, Venezuela, Greenland, inflation, hoax, Don Lemon, don't let none of that distract you from the truth. The truth is, y'all voted a predator in after saying predators are the worst people in America. And for some reason, all the people who were saying that, for some reason, they keep getting caught. Lately, they've been getting caught for doing things to children. Speaking of Don Lemon, this will be our final topic. He got arrested being at a protest at a church. He says his attorney said he did nothing wrong. He was covering the story as a journalist. He's an independent journalist, so he can cover whatever stories he wants. Ever since he stopped working at CNN, if it's something that he's passionate about, then he has every right to cover the story. My first question was, yeah, he should have got or the first thought I had was absolutely he should have got arrested, because why are you pulling up? Because the headline that I saw was that he was protesting at a church about ICE. I'm like, what does a church got to do with ICE, and why are you there keeping these people from worshiping the Lord, whatever Lord they're worshiping? But then saw more information. They said, well, he was just covering the protests. He was in the church. There were people protesting in the church. And he was speaking to people, but he wasn't necessarily, he was just more covering the story, not really actively protesting with those people. Which, if that is the case, then he should not have been arrested, because he has the First Amendment right of freedom of the press. I don't understand why people love throwing the Constitution away when it doesn't suit them. The great American philosopher D.L. Hughley once said, "We all want justice, but only when it's just us."
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's justice for everybody. We can't pick and choose because if we pick and choose, it's not justice. But Zero, what are your thoughts on that? I really don't have much to think about it just because it's so early in the story. But I don't like the fact that he got arrested. But I'll definitely have more to say as more of the story develops.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. Like I agree with the same thing. It's like I don't know what much of the details are, but if he got arrested just for doing journalism, like that, like you clearly violated his First Amendment rights. Like there's yeah, if you have no reason, if you had no reason or probable cause to arrest him, then there was no reason for you to. But that's all I got on that because I don't know much about what was going on either.
Cool, cool. Yeah, it still went a lot longer than I wanted it to, but we had too much fun. So a long, fun podcast is better than a short, boring podcast. So Zero, what's your parting shot?
My parting shot is black men need to be super ashamed of themselves because today I saw a video of the comedian Kev on stage put out a tweet saying that he got his physical, that he had got his physical done, and black men need to go to the doctor. And all these, all these, everybody just started saying like, no, all you got to do is exercise and eat right, and you can avoid going to the doctor. There were some folks saying that he got finger banged, and he wanted everybody to know that he did. Some folks are saying that he was racist because he only mentioned black men instead of all men. And it was like, and there was one guy who defended him, and he said, no, y'all need to go to the doctor because that's why y'all be dying in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s because you're too afraid to go to the doctor. You think it's like you could have anything going on with you, but you could look healthy and not be healthy. It's like you can be in the gym pumping iron, you look like you were in the best shape of your life and your heart's deteriorating. But you don't know that because you refuse to go to the doctor. There was somebody that said they need to take a loan for $10,000 to go get a physical. It's like a physical at the most. I think Kevin on stage said it was like $350. But it's like somebody else said going to the doctor is a scam. It's like come on, yo. It's like, and I was talking. It was like, and I was talking about it earlier, and I was like, I said there are too many folks, especially us, that make to make jokes about too many things. It's like the fact that somebody really thinks that a doctor is doing a colonoscopy or is doing a rectal exam when you do a physical, and they automatically want to go to gay shit in order when you say you went to go make sure that everything that you were healthy. But it was like, oh, so you just like a finger up your butt? Like, what are we doing here? Like, especially black men, because I remember Tony Baker had made a joke. He said men die over the weekend. He was like he thought he had gas when his appendix ruptured. It was like everybody think everything's just fine, and then all of a sudden it's like dude just died over the weekend because he ain't know what was wrong with him. All of a sudden he just dropped dead. There's a lot of folks dropping dead early because they're not looking to see if there's anything wrong in their system or if their blood work is good or anything of that nature. It was like, stop being bitch ass niggas and go and go get your fucking yearly checkup, because that can be the difference between you living a long life and you dying in a month because you didn't know that you had something going on with you. It's like some of you niggas probably in stage 4 colon cancer and you don't even know that shit until you just drop dead.
Yeah.
Whole ass niggas. All these dudes bitch made fool ass punks, especially the ones that were sitting there trying to make gay jokes about it. It's like, have y'all never had a physical before? I'm pretty sure when you played a sport, you had to get a physical first before you were able to even fucking try out. It was like, no, it's like, it sounded like to me they want to get finger banged. They just don't want to say it.
First of all, that's too light for them. Let's just be real. All or nothing, baby.
Yeah, put it in my hole, nigga. Pause.
That's funny. My parting shot is I was cooking today, and my wife, who we affectionately call the Duchess on this podcast, said something that made me feel good. She said, you know what? Megan Good is so lucky to find a guy like Jonathan Blank. She meant to say Jonathan Majors. But she said, now my legal first name is Jonathan. But she said my last name. So I'm just glad that the Duchess realizes how lucky she is to have a man like me, and Megan Good doesn't. Because, and you know what I said? She goes, I'm so glad that she found a guy like Jonathan Blank. And I said, I know you did. And she looked at me like, and started laughing because she realized she said our last name, not Majors. So I'm like, yeah, of course. Of course. I'm glad she, you know what I'm saying? But then also I'm like, does she think that I should be with Megan Good? Hell no. That would be funny though. That would be funny. But nah, that's my part shot, man. My Duchess, my wife, understands she's so lucky to have a guy like me. She wants Megan Good to have a guy like me. Oh man. That's it for us, y'all. We had plenty of fun today. This is a long one. I don't know how long it'll be. It'll probably be buck 45, something like that. But we appreciate y'all for listening. Thank y'all so much for listening and watching or watching on YouTube. We appreciate the support. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.